You hungry? Well, I'm hungry. You like baseball? Well, I love that shit. Want a slice of pizza? Go to New York. You want hot weather? Come to LA. You want to break bread? Call Nick Turturro. Ready, motherfucker? Are you ready? Well, I'm fucking ready. Get ready! Beautiful, baby. Today it's all about my man Shad Gaspard.
Shad Gaspard.
WWE.
Crime time.
Prime time. Legendary strongman, legendary wrestler.
Legend means I'm already passed. I ain't passed yet.
Now, you know, the funny thing about it is Shad is like a big guy, you know? He's like a really big dude, and he's always letting you know, like, how big he is. I mean, what is that about, Shad? Why are you always saying how big you are? We know you're big, man. Look at these fucking guns. Look at those things. That's like bigger than Luke Voigt.
Every story told.
Every story.
Because I'm a big motherfucker.
Because I'm big. Right.
This happened.
The thing about it is, you have no idea how hard it is being this big and this sexy, okay? It comes with so much responsibility that sometimes I have to let people understand that, I mean, it's hard walking down the street and having women catcall you. I am not a piece of meat, man. I'm a human being.
What'd you call him? What'd you call him?
It's like that line in Pain and Gain, Anthony Mackie goes.
Oh, what'd he say?
He goes, "You look like a big sirloin steak, baby. I like it."
Now that's a sirloin steak. Look at that boy. Wow, that's a big boy.
Yeah?
I always wanted to be big like that. What's it feel to be big like that? I mean, you know, like you were small once, weren't you? Do you remember being small?
No.
Shad came out like this.
Came out big as shit. Fuck
What
that.
the fuck did you weigh as a baby, Shad?
You know what? I was actually premature. But my mom, when I was a kid, she used to say I had a tapeworm.
Tapeworm?
Because I would eat everything. Like literally.
Right.
I'd eat everything. Like, we go, like, you know how it is growing up in New York.
Yeah.
Thank God we were raised in New York because California couldn't feed me. You
No.
understand? But in New York, we got big portions.
Right.
So all my friends' families, all their mothers used to love me. Like, all my Asian friends, their moms used to love me because I go to their house, I eat all their food. Russians, Italians, everybody, mom. They were like, oh, that kid's good. He likes to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's just, I've always been tall, I've always been lean, always muscular, so.
Really?
Yeah.
You were born in New York?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Where in
Yeah.
Brooklyn?
No Shanab between J and K. Yeah.
Okay. And where'd you go to school? You went to school there?
I went to PS 193, Gil Hodges. I went to PS 154. I went to PS 222. Went to Midwood. Went to Huddy for junior high school. And yeah, I went to Midwood for high school.
Midwood?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize you were a Brooklyn boy.
He told you on set.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, it was early in the morning. You may have forgot.
I'm ADD. You got to remember. Now, you see, I don't have wine today. I drank a little last night. I've been sick. I've had diverticulitis. So
Second time this year.
Second time, no joke, man. So I got to, like, chew my food slow now. I can't be eating like an animal, talking and chewing. You know what I mean? I got to be careful. Have you ever had this? It's no joke.
No.
I have stomach issues, and it's like where food gets lodged in your intestines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what Brock Lesnar had.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. It's like knife cutting, like death pain, like your stomach, you're in so much pain.
Yeah, I've had.
You're so inflamed. And now, so this is my second bout. There is an operation where they go in now, arthroscopically, and they can cut that piece of your intestine out and then sew it back together. And hopefully, you know, you never get it again. I'm thinking about that. I don't know if I want to opt for that.
But it doesn't teach him anything because he could do it naturally and just cut the eating habits. But if he gets a new stomach, then he could eat whatever he
What
wants.
up, really?
Yeah. See,
no, I'm not.
it's a bullshit surgery.
So the
It's
option.
not a bullshit surgery.
It's kind of a bullshit because like you got the options of being disciplined or just saying fuck it. And the Italian in you goes, yo, fuck it. I ain't going to start season him. Ma, I can't change.
But I have to be a realist and
It's
say,
who I am.
right. I don't have a lot of discipline, Shad. I'm 57. I can't be eating cheeseburgers in and out, doubles, apple pan.
What'd you eat last night?
What did you eat last night? Seriously.
Man, he shit last night.
Yeah, you did. You ate a fish
No,
fillet.
I had some hummus and I had some fucking grapes. I just drank the rum, a lot of strong rum, and I got bombed. But I didn't eat much.
Yo,
but I had to sober up, so I had to eat a fish fillet at midnight.
You know what the thing about it is? And this is the thing I try to explain to people. When you're from New York, all right, growing up where we grew up, you
Right.
have an image about yourself. And then
Right.
you come to California, And then you got to realize that the image of yourself in New York is not the healthiest. Because New York, we go to Nathan's, we get hot dogs, we get wings, we get everything like that. We get cheesecake.
You know Nathan's, right?
Exactly. You can walk around and get your eat on.
You a New Yorker. What's the best hot dog on the street? Let me ask you.
Yep.
Don't answer me wrong. The best hot dog on the street. You better know this, Shad. The fuck? You don't know what?
What, Nathan's?
Nathan is a great hot dog.
Nathan's good. No, but it's...
But this is the one on the street.
On the street?
That you get right in the water. It's mustard and sauerkraut. Come on, you got to know this, brother.
What's the fucking vendor thing?
The vendor.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot the name.
Starts with an S.
Yeah. Psycho, I forgot.
Sabret, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get that sabret. Now, how do you have a hot dog? How does a New Yorker eat a hot dog?
Like this?
No, but I mean, what do you put on the hot dog?
I put sauerkraut, no beans, none of that shit. But yeah, just sauerkraut, mustard, and ketchup. That's it.
See? Mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
Disappointed me.
What?
Fucking disappointed me, Shad, with the ketchup for the hot.
Mustard and ketchup.
That's what I'm saying.
No ketchup. No ketchup, baby. No
Why
ketchup.
not?
No, because that's for the hamburger. We don't put mustard. Come on,
we had a whole discussion about this.
We have a whole thing
episodes
about that.
ago. He said I'm a prick for putting ketchup on my hot dog.
So Brooklyn boy.
No, that's a dead hug. That's a straight Italian thing. It's like, who you like? Yankees or Mets? Oh, I love the Mets. Oh, you're an asshole. Whoa. Hey, yo.
Well, listen.
Who do you like?
I'm
the Knicks or the Nets? Oh, I love the Knicks. No, your mother didn't raise you right.
But let's face it, Yankee fans are cooler than Met fans.
No,
I mean, that's a fact.
It's a fact. That's an actual fact. Yeah.
I mean, Met fans are kind of like, they're a little dumpy and they get drunk, they're rowdy. They're like Red Sox fans. They got something in common.
Sure, the Red Sox fans have won.
They're kind of buffoons. Yankee fans, not that we're sophisticated, but we have a little class.
Well, here's the thing. Mets fans, they get drunk, they go home, they fall asleep. Yankee fans, they get drunk, they rob a bodega, and then they go and then they tell everybody about it tomorrow on social media.
Crazy.
You know what's funny? Me and my boy, we had a great idea.
Were you a Yankee fan?
I'm a big Yankees fan. Yeah,
You
back in
still
the day.
are?
Not so much no more, man.
What happened?
You start getting into the complex of sports and realizing players have no loyalty to teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a huge Knicks fan. I used to love Patrick Ewing. And then the Knicks traded Ewing.
Right.
And then they're kicking Charles Oakley out of a freaking game.
That's
it's like,
wrong.
What's going on here?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
really wrong.
It is
That
what it
guy's a
is.
bad guy.
Yeah. But,
Dolan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good guy.
That's the thing. You realize the ownerships of the teams, they're not for the fans.
Right.
They're for their profit margin.
Exactly.
And there are a lot of decisions that fans in New York are like screaming at, like,
Right.
don't trade him, don't trade him.
That was the one thing
Come
about
on.
the old man Steinbrenner. Even though he was wild and he was irrational, he was almost like us. He wanted to win. He was like a fan. It's just that he couldn't control himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he would trade the whole team in the 80s. Guys would be fired the night of a game and traded left and right. But George, in a way, he wanted to win so bad. He just needed to calm down. Like in the 90s, they calmed him down. They tamed him. And then he started to listen, and then they built like that. They built
a fucking dynasty.
They built that dynasty.
Yeah.
And because he needed to shut the fuck up and be quiet. It's almost like Trump. You should just shut up.
Yeah.
Let somebody else make the decision.
Me and my boys talked about it the other day, and we've tried to give this dude every benefit of the doubt. But Jesus Christ, this week alone, we had over 30 people, citizens get shot. Then we have police officers are getting shot. You know what I'm saying? And then this motherfucker wants to go on Twitter and talk about what? About Walmart's doing great. This is doing great. The fuck we doing great when people getting shot? Right. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. Fuck out of here with this bullshit. Come on.
I just think he lives like in a fucking really weird world where he lives. I don't know how he sleeps at night. I heard he doesn't sleep much. I heard the dude don't sleep much, but I mean, I think he just doesn't have. There's something missing with him. He's entertaining, but he's like reality television. And that's the problem with this country, man. The problem is, we've become reality television. Yeah. We're run by the Kardashians. We're run by fucking Trump. We're run by all these lunatics. And it's like, we've become really we've been dumbed down. Yeah. Not that I'm a Albert Einstein, but I'm not, the world I grew up in, the time I came from, the 70s, the 80s, We had quality.
Yeah.
We had some class. You know, this was the greatest country in the world. You know, and it could be, but we
Yeah.
have sunk a lot. We've sunk a lot.
Before we even started the interview.
Now, I don't want to get political because I'm not
No,
even.
no, no,
I'm not even a political
It's-
person.
No, but that's the thing. No more. It's not even a political thing. It's a political thing when you have to say this candidate, that candidate. It's a human condition when you're just looking at it from the perspective.
Right.
Right before we started, I just read this article. This guy from Guatemala, he's an environmentalist. The government burnt his house down. Now, the U.S. government has fucked Guatemala hard. So people are like struggling. We've displaced people by our actions.
Right.
That's why they're migrating here. And the guy migrates here, gets arrested in El Paso, okay, for asking for asylum, okay. They send him to a detention center in Georgia. They send his kid to New York. His kid gets molested.
Gets molested?
Gets molested by a correctional officer. And they give him his kid back, and his kid's broken.
All right.
It's like,
That's
as a
bad,
father,
Yeah.
that's horrible to me. I don't sit there and say, man, that guy deserves that. He broke the law. Yo, there used to be a law in this country that said you can own a human being.
The kid was molested by
By a correctional officer.
correction officer?
Yeah.
Where?
In New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
In what facility?
They were saying this, I forgot the facility, but they were saying in the article. But it was like, and now he's trying to bring legal action to them, and they can't get no leeway because he's not a citizen.
Because he's not a citizen.
Yeah.
Sad, man.
That's some
It's
crazy,
sad. Some crazy shit going on, right?
See, for me to feel bad about that, I don't have to be Democrat, Republican. I got to be a decent human fucking being and
Right.
a father.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is that I tell people all the time, yo, I don't hold on to beliefs as much as ideas. Ideas can be shaped, changed, molded, created. We can add on to an idea.
Right.
But belief, I believe this is a full bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't,
Right.
but because I believe it is,
Right.
that's what I'm gonna say it is. It's not even full, but I
Right.
believe it's full.
You believe it's full.
Fuck that.
Right.
I got an idea. That bottle could be full
Could be.
if I add to it.
Right.
That's the shit we gotta get back to.
Right.
Get away from beliefs and focus more on ideas that we can build on to make all of us better, not just, some of us.
I like that. Shad Gaspard. Throwing down some real knowledge here, man. This guy's a deep thinker.
Ah, man,
we just
yeah.
acted together in a pilot. This kid Leo, our boy Leo Milano made, like a spec pilot.
Shout out Leo.
Shout out Leo, right? Called School for Boys.
Yeah.
Shad played the principal.
No. He played the dean.
Oh, the dean.
Dean.
And I played the what was I? The gym teacher.
You were like the beat dick gym teacher.
But we had we had a great scene together, classic nose to nose. It was like a Long and Shard moment. It was some of the funniest stuff I thought in the show.
Did you audition for Long and Shard?
No.
Curious why. I would have thought you'd probably be in that movie.
Yeah, they didn't seek you out, man?
No, I was in WWE at the time.
Yeah, because you're a good actor, man. Shad's a good
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of movies. Tell us the movies you've been in.
Get Hard,
Get Hard?
Bolden, a couple TV shows, Underground, a couple stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're typecast probably, right?
I mean, we all get typecast.
Right.
I mean, people don't go see you and say, hey, yo, Nick, I got a Russian role for you.
Right.
I want you to play this big Russian named Vladimir.
I know. But we had good chemistry.
Yeah.
I was, because you never know. You see sometimes people and you're like, we've been friendly from the gym from Wild Card West. And, we know each other, somewhat, but not intimately. Not that we're intimate.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, you know what I mean.
I tried.
Well,
You keep on pushing me off in the sauna.
Look at that beef.
Well, there was an interesting moment on set. It was somewhat intimate.
Yeah, so listen, funny thing happened. Check this out. Shad is big. He's very big. He's very strong.
See, they're saying more than me.
See, well, I'm saying it today, but I'm telling you, he talks about it. He lets you know how big he is. So that day, I had a touch of vertigo. I had it a few years ago for like a week. And it's fucked up.
Your equilibrium's off.
Everything's off. You're dizzy.
Yeah.
And you're nauseous. And usually what you do is you lay at the end of a table. You lay at this table. You lay at the table, and then you turn over, and the guy turns you over, and he holds you for like 30 seconds or a minute, because it's these little particles that, and sometimes you can fix it by them. So I said, Shad, I'm going to lay on the table. I'm out crispy, and just turn me over and hold me, all right? He goes, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? I said, I got vertigo. Come here, come here. So Shad picks me up and turns me over like a pretzel.
Like a 60, and he's 69.
Can you do it again? Can we show it? Come on, Shad. Show what you did to me. But don't be too. I'm going to close my eyes. Get the camera on this.
Make sure his head doesn't hit anything.
Don't hit my head over here.
I'm not making no promises. You
All
got
right.
you got sag.
But don't go so hard.
Yeah, here.
All right, ready? You want me to go?
Right here?
All right, ready? Go ahead. Oh, shit. I'm telling you, it fucking cured me. That was real.
No wires.
Felt pretty good, I tell you.
So he did it like violently,
But
right?
he did it violently. And it was like, oh, shit. You feel good? You feel good? I was like, and it cured me.
You felt good, right?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So you can't complain.
No, I'm not complaining, Shad. I just wanted the people to see what you did.
It
Because
cured
the
him.
image of that was fantastic. Like I said, that could have went viral. Something like that could have like really...
He upside down 69.
Yeah,
that was
upside down 69.
that was a more PG version, but you
Way
get
more
the
PG.
point.
So let's talk about your whole wrestling career. How did the whole wrestling thing start, man? Did it start in New York or what?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I used to box at Gleason's.
You boxed at Gleason's?
Yeah, I used to box at Gleason's. I did Golden Gloves.
What do you weigh now?
Right now, I'm about 260, 265.
260 muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
I used to, when I was...
What were you boxing at? What weight? Were you
Boxing?
Good boxer?
Yeah, I was really good.
Yeah?
I was good for my shit. I got a lot of sparring. Went to Thailand, fought over here in the States. I mean, I won a lot of fights, but nobody wants to fight a southpaw heavyweight.
You were southpaw?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so that was like the biggest thing. That was my biggest issue was my management couldn't find me fights. So then I would start doing boxing tournaments all throughout the South. Like go to Georgia, Florida, Louisiana.
What years were these?
It's like 2000, 2002.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just drive around. Like they would usually like post things online like, oh, you know, tough man challenge, whatever.
Tough man.
Yeah, and you go do them and they pay you like $1,000.
Yeah?
You know, so I had a promoter, and he would like drive me down. I'd come down, shave, look all clean and innocent, and then like, you know, they'd set me up with a fight, and I'd get in a tournament, and I'd just go in there, dominate against guys who they weren't the caliber of a professional, but they were like they were amateur-ish, you know. So they were big. They were like football players who wanted to box.
Oh, I see.
And I drop them because I've been a fighter my whole life.
So you would drop them?
Yeah.
Right.
Because like they'll look at me and they're like, oh, he's tall and long,
Right.
but I'm big and muscular, and I'm like, all right. And then I take off my jacket, and I'm like, yeah, this is a fighter's body.
And so how long were these fights?
Usually they'd be 5 2 to 3 minute rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but normally with heavyweights, especially guys who are
Sort of like this bare knuckle thing now. They're doing.
Nah, not so much.
Not so much?
Well, I did no
I mean,
holds
they're
bar.
2 minute rounds.
Well, no holds bar was like 3-5 minutes. Was like a 10-minute round.
Yeah. But these are with gloves.
Yeah, these were gloves. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But no holds bar, and I did that. Those gloves were optional back then.
So you were doing this in the South?
I was doing it in the South and New York. Yeah.
Yeah. For how many years?
Oh,
Couple of years?
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I just needed the money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah. So I just
How many fights did you have?
for my career.
No, I'm saying when you were doing that. Like,
When I was doing that circuit, I was fighting almost every week, at least like once or twice a week almost, just to fucking get money to pay bills. And,
right, just to survive.
Yeah.
So what was that called?
Oh, it was just like Tough Man, like
Tough Man.
like King of the Cage. I remember I did a King of the Cage. I showed up at around 3 p.m. and they were like, "Hey, you have your gear?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "Great, you got a fight." I was like, "Okay." And it was some redneck dude, and I got in the cage with him. I had no corner, had nobody with me. So I was like, all right, cool. I got to either knock him out first round or I'm fucked. And like, we went out there, and the first thing he did is he shot on me, and I like literally sprawled out, went to his back, and put him in a choke. And
Oh,
he
so
tapped out.
this wasn't just boxing.
No, this is no holds bar, like MMA. And
Okay.
yeah, and he shot on me, and like I just like sprawled out, got to his back, and put him in a choke real quick, and he tapped. And I was like, oh, and the guy was like, great, you won. Here, 1, 2, 3, boom. And I was like,
Pay you on the spot?
yeah, and I was like, oh shit.
How much you win?
Like $1,000. Like
grand?
A little bit over a grand. Yeah,
Yeah.
But it was like I got that fight that day. There was no prepping. There was no, nothing.
Was a lot of it cash?
A lot of it was cash. A lot of it was illegal. a lot of it was like I didn't. In hindsight now, a lot of promotions, especially MMA back then, were pop-ups. So
Right.
like I met Charles Mask from Tap Out.
Okay.
And Charles would he would introduce me to the right guys, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have a fight over here, and I'm like, isn't that like a bingo hall or somebody's garage? And it's like, yeah. He's like, don't worry, just come on through. And I come through, and it's like a bunch of like gothic kids, and like it's like a bunch of gothic thug metal guys all mixing together.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was weird. And I remember like he had me come out here in California, and it was like, fuck, it was somewhere in Southern California. They had like they picked me up from the airport, they drove me, and I got there and I fought. I remember Josh Barnett fought there too, and that's where I met Josh. And it was just the weirdest kind of setup. But that was MMA then.
Right.
You know, there was no real rules or regulations.
No organized.
It was a bunch of guys who just like to watch, who just like to fight and watch guys fight, just trying to put things together. You know, like I told I watched a fight last night with my son that I had, and it was a boxing match, and it's like one of like 6 that I actually have the footage for. Like I have the VCR tape cassette of it still.
Of your fights?
Yeah, and it's like, I was like, man, I don't have enough of these to where I can show them. Some of the guys who videotape them, they're either dead or long retired and passed. So.
And that was just the boxing.
Yeah, well, that was one MMA and
Right.
a few boxing matches.
Because you made a living doing that, right?
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't officially legal.
I mean, we made a good living. I made a good living doing it. You know,
So you did that for what, 3-4 years or whatever?
a few years.
Banging around,
Yeah, but at the same time, I bodyguarded also.
and then you were bodyguarding.
Yeah.
Who'd you
yeah.
bodyguard?
For Sean P. Combs, Mike Tyson, Shamar
Puffy.
Moore. Yeah, a lot of
Tyson.
I think actually one of the first time I saw you was at an event I had to do with Puff.
You saw me?
Yeah, and I had to bodyguard him. It was I think we were in
Where
New York.
was it?
I think it was in New York.
Was it a movie?
Oh no, I think it was like an after party we had to go to, and you were there.
Sure it was me?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stand out.
It was probably like a.
You're like, you sure it's me?
It probably was like a Spike Lee thing.
Could have been.
Yeah, I saw Spike a lot around.
Yeah,
Puff.
what year was that, you think?
This had to be 2003, 2002.
Yeah, could be.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, could be.
What were you in those years?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think I fucking...
It all fucking melts
I
together.
don't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, you did. You got drunk.
You got
Yeah, that. All right. I was breathing hard all night. I was like, ah. Yeah, because I wasn't drunk, but I kept like, my wife's like, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? I go, no problem. I'm just letting out air, looking for some attention, which I know I'm not going to get. You know what I mean?
Yo, hold on. Do you ever do? Hold on.
How long you married, man?
Married 10. Well, we've been in each other's lives for 11 years.
Yeah.
We were together for 3, separated for 3, back now for 6 years. We've been back together.
So you've been together off and on?
Almost 12 years going on, coming up. Yeah.
Long
yeah,
time. You
yeah,
got a great
yeah.
kid?
Oh, I love my kid.
You got your little boy there?
I love my
What's his
son,
name?
Araya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had his first fight, too.
Yeah, he had his first fight. Oh my God, I was so scared, yo. I was so scared and nervous.
You were, right?
Oh man, I was like I was sweating. Like I knew like my dad told me, he was like, yo, wear a black shirt. And I was like, why? He was like, just wear a black shirt. So I wore a black shirt, and I'm at the fights, and I'm like, oh, maybe he told me because he don't want, like, my son doesn't notice me in the crowd. And then I realized while his fight's happening, I'm just dripping buckets of sweat, holding the phone like, come on! And then my wife is over there. We couldn't be by each other because we just knew we'd be yelling. It's one of those experiences, man. You're scared to see your little bird. You're scared to see the bird fly.
Yeah.
But when they start flying, you're like, oh, he's flying.
Yeah. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of it's weird, but it's hard to explain. But you know, like when he was little, playing Little League, this and that, you're like, wow, he's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't believe he's doing it, but they're doing it.
It's like I used to hold you.
Yeah.
I used to wipe your butt. Now look at you. Like
Right.
seriously, like the other day, he did something to me. It was so New Yorker. And I was like, what part of Brooklyn are you from? He's like, yo. First off, them the wrong digits right there. All right. And I said, whoa, pause. What you talking about the wrong digits? And he's like, Daddy, you're coming to me with the wrong digits right now, all right?
The wrong digits?
The wrong digits right now. He goes,
Meaning what?
That's not enough money.
Oh, really?
I was like,
Oh, shit.
what part of Brooklyn you from? Fuck out of here.
Fucking
He's like,
take a
"All right,
walk."
whatever.
How
I'm
old
like,
is he?
He's 9 now, man, but he think he like 14, 15.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's boxing?
He's boxing, Muay Thai, and MMA,
And
man.
Muay Thai and MMA?
Yeah.
What, he wants to be a fighter when he's older?
He wants to do MMA and play soccer. Me, I'm just being supportive.
Right.
Because like I came up with a lot of guys who are, in my opinion, were way better than me, way more talented, but their families fucking sucked. Like their moms and dad were like, "Oh, you're shit." My mom, I remember my first knockout. My mom was so happy for me. My dad was so happy for me, and I got friends who they won trophies, and the parents were like, "Oh, well, that's not gonna get you a job." And I was like, "Yo, he did good. You know, build his confidence." And they're like, my parents, they built my confidence. They were like, "Yo, you did great."
Did you play football?
Nah, soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah, we're Caribbean kids, man.
So Gaspard, what kind of name is that?
My family's from Haiti and Curacao.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weren't you
So you're a
just over there
Caribbean
this
guy.
year?
Huh?
Weren't you just over there in the summer?
I was in Haiti in the winter and in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the Curacao, I was there for this summer. I took my Sunday for the first time. Yeah.
That Caribbean's nice, huh?
Oh, dude, I love my home country.
They ain't nothing like the Caribbean.
My cousin looks like me. He's big, good looking. He's a gas station attendant. He is so fucking happy. The dude makes probably $60,000 a year as a gas station attendant and travels the world. And I'm like, I think I got it wrong.
Yeah.
I think I got like sometimes I'm just looking like, I'm like, where you go? He goes, "Oh, we're going to Spain." I'm like, "But you're a gas station." He's like, "Nigga, I'm happy." He goes, "I pump gas, I do my thing. My house, I own my house, I own my car. You don't need no more."
You know what that's called? You know what that's called? Peace of mind.
Yeah.
And it's simple.
Simple, just
You
chill.
know? That's the problem. You get so many things complicated in your life. Like when I was on television, I was coming up and everything was happening so fast. I don't even think I like took a moment to go, you know what, man? Let me not worry about getting more. Let me
Yeah.
just, like, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Now looking back, I'm like, you jerk. I'm like so mad at myself sometimes. But I'm like, you gotta move on. You gotta move forward.
Yeah.
Because when you're in it, it's easy to say, why did I do this? You
Yeah.
find yourself regretting a lot, or you're like, why did I do that? What was I thinking about?
Yeah.
I'm in that stage now.
I guarantee you've had this, because I know I've had it. So I know you've had it. Business opportunities that came to you, and then you turned them down because of your ignorance about the idea.
I just didn't act on it. Yeah. Exactly.
I could have owned. I had the guys who started and owned Five Guys Burgers come to me after a show,
Right.
And they go, "Hey, we want to give you a franchise." I go, "Whoa. Hey guys, I'm a wrestler. I don't flip burgers." and they were like, we're gonna give you your own restaurant, like a couple of them. And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good, man. Just take
Five Guys.
Yeah, I was like, "Nah, yo, just take this photo." I took a photo with them, and that was it. And then, like in hindsight, I'm like, "Man, I could have had a steady income
Yeah.
on selling burgers."
Well, whatever.
Idiot. I didn't even know.
That could have been millions of life-changing shit.
Yeah.
You think about that?
But we not raised with those kind of things.
Yeah, because we didn't have anything.
Nah.
We just had a roof over our head, a 2-bedroom house. We had 1 bathroom.
Yep. You happy?
And I don't know
Yeah.
how that worked, but somehow we never were in the
Yeah.
bathroom at different times.
No. I got two bathrooms right now, and
Yeah.
I'm still not in them.
Yeah, me too.
I don't understand. Yeah.
I go outside. I like to pee outside anyway. I don't care. I'm proud to say it. There ain't nothing like pissing outside. It's the best.
Well, our backyard's like a forest. There's
I mean,
a lot of
no, it
trees,
doesn't matter.
plants.
No, but
There's
you-
something about
green.
taking a whiz outside that's good.
You take a pee in New York, you're a smooth criminal. You gotta be smooth about it.
That's right.
You gotta be like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
shoelaces. By the
Right.
way, I gotta pee right here."
By the way.
Got away. You start walking down the street, some lady looks at you, you're like, "What's up?" She
Yeah.
has no idea. What's that smell? This neighborhood's going to shit, man.
Shad's a funny dude, I told you.
Oh.
Did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No, everybody's talking about it. You told me
You
about it when I
gotta
came
see
in.
it, man.
I heard they did Bruce Lee wrong though, yo.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. But, it's a movie. It's Tarantino. I mean, I'm a Bruce Lee fan, so I didn't kind of like that. But
Yeah.
I like Brad Pitt so good in the movie. Maybe the best thing he's really done it as an adult. And
Yeah.
Leo, too. The two performances to me, made me want to act again. Not that I don't want to act, but, you see something that you go, wow, how you felt about acting when you first started.
Yeah.
And it was that kind of inspiring that you go, shit, that was good, man,
Yeah.
really good.
You know,
Just go see it, man. I'm telling you.
Do you ever watch shows and you just be like, man, like you watch the direction and the lighting and the court, like I'm so falling in love with certain directors right now. You know what I'm saying?
Like who?
Like just I watched The Handmaid's Tale, the finale last night, and just on some of the camera angles and the camera work or what they're pushing in, and they just had a great discussion between the two actors. And for those who watch, you don't know, when you have two actors working together on a very dramatic scene, it's a game of tennis. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a serve back, and it's like boom, boom, and everyone is trying to spike it, but you don't want to spike this. You don't want to spike too soon, and it's just the way that the actors work that scene.
Yeah.
The lady and the guy, it was just like, and then he just like spiked it on her, and she just hit it right back to him with such a poignant line. Was like, you still think you're in charge?
Yeah. and the thing about great acting and great chemistry, like in Leo and Brad having this movie, they're hitting the ball to each other, but nobody's trying to like win.
No.
You know what I mean? You got your style, I got mine, and you could see it was complementing each other.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to see. When you see that kind of chemistry, you know the other guy's not, because sometimes actors, there's a lot of egomaniacs, guys are trying to win in the scene.
Yeah.
I've worked with guys like that. And then there are other guys that you go, it's about the scene, and we're like both happy. I'm like, I'm almost happy when the guy is smoking, because then you react.
Yeah.
And and you know there's like a camaraderie there.
Yeah.
And that was what was nice about Pitt and DiCaprio. You didn't feel like one guy was trying to outdo the other guy.
Yeah.
And I think Tarantino has something to do with that. When you work with a great filmmaker, it's a different world.
Well,
You know what I mean? If you can get that opportunity to work with somebody like that, that's a treat.
I had a chance to sit in on a Q&A with him. He had.
With Tarantino?
Yeah, he had a Q&A, and I got a chance to sit on it. And it was funny because he was talking about the Django Unchained. And he was talking about the scene with Leo where he smashes the skull. And he's yelling at Jamie Foxx, at the wife and anything like that. And in that scene, he cut his hand in the middle of shooting the scene. And he was like, he's sitting there and he's like super focused on DiCaprio so hard. And he sees his assistant grab some napkins and and about to step in the camera and he like grabs him and is like, don't move. And DiCaprio just kept on going. And Jamie Foxx and everybody, they just kept on going.
Right.
And the amount of emotion just kept on rising.
Right.
And that's the sign of a great director.
Yeah.
To see the actors are there in the moment. He's bleeding through his hand. But it doesn't matter. It adds to the scene.
Exactly.
I love that. I love seeing that kind of stuff.
But that's a guy that gets it. That's a guy that's smart, and he's not like one of these guys like, something goes wrong in a take, there's a malfunction, and the guy goes, but something great fucking happened, and he goes, cut! And you go,
Yeah.
Why did you cut?
Why'd you cut? We just had something great.
We just had something great. That's gold. That's what you strive for. You never yell cut.
Yeah,
You
nah.
never yell cut, man. Let it play out.
Yeah.
One time I was doing something in Blue Bloods, and I was running in the street, and my guns, everything went flying off me. It was fucking wild, and but it was real. It was but don't yell cut.
Nah.
I was like, why did you cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I go, but when you don't ever fucking yell cut.
Let it keep going.
Let it keep going. Let it flow.
Let's see what
And that's
happens.
why a guy like Tarantino probably grabbed that and was like, stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Something's happening now.
Let art happen.
Let it happen.
And you know what it is? That's the biggest misconception people have about acting.
Yeah.
They think it's a planned out thing. And sometimes you'll read a scene and you'll have a line where it says no one time. And then in the scene, the actress or actor will go, no, please. And they'll start begging.
Right.
And now they're pulling from a place that a writer, like me as a writer, I don't know it.
Yeah.
And so now I'm watching this actor pull from somewhere deep inside them and pull it out and put it on screen.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with my writing.
No, it's not. It's
Exactly.
Not, it's not even on
that's
the page,
art.
but that's where
That's the art.
artist brings that thing.
Yeah.
Something that's not tangible that you go, oh, wow.
We're just making art together.
That was fucking great. And you go with it. The other guy goes with it. And, the great ones know. They understand that.
Yeah.
They understand that something happened or you improv from out of the lines, that, that it was organic. And you go, shit. Like yesterday we were shooting this promo and then you know, I slapped this kid. It wasn't planned, but it was fucking great.
It was great, right?
It was great. And I told him, you better keep that slap. You know what I mean? Because that was gold.
Yeah.
You know? And his reaction was priceless too.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I was going to do it. You know, that's when it's exciting.
Yeah, you know what it is? And I love that.
And that's what I love about, to me, that's what I find exciting about. When I see acting like that, like I'm sure, you know, and Once Upon a Time, they had a lot of that, you know? I mean, I'm sure they had to stick to, you know, because, you know, Tarantino's words are priceless.
Ooh.
And probably, but I'm sure, and I don't know, I've never worked with him, so I don't know how, you know, those guys they probably rehearsed a lot too, because you got, you know, when you rehearse, it really, when you do a movie like that, you gotta rehearse.
Well, you know,
you can't just show up and do that kind of work. Those guys had to rehearse.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they I'm probably sure they did. You know?
You know what it is, and I always say the best performers pull from somewhere. The best performers pull from something that's real.
Yeah.
That's inside of them that you can't write.
No.
So like the thing I say, like right now, pro wrestling is having a weird transcendence where, you know, WWE has gotten to a point where it's gotten stagnant
Right.
for pro wrestling, and then people are like, man, why don't I hear about pro wrestling as much as we did in the 80s and 90s and
Right.
you know 2000s? And one of the reasons is because a lot of these guys are being given personalities, and they're not letting their own personality shine.
Right.
So instead of being the best version of themselves, they're trying to be the best versions of what somebody else thinks of them, and it's weighing them down. And that's why I tell a lot of actors, I'm like, you didn't get that role not because you're not a good actor or an actress. You didn't get that role because the role is not you. It doesn't fit you. You might think that it fits you, but it's not you, and you're not gonna take what the writer wrote and create more art with it. And that's the whole thing with an audition, is you're taking what the writer wrote,
Right.
and you're turning what he wrote into art, and making it your own. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you go in there and just read the lines over and over, like the same basic lines over and over again, well, guess what? You got 40 other people doing the same thing.
Right.
What makes this character you more than anybody else? Adding your personal touch to it.
You got to put your own stamp on it.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I mean, whether you're right or wrong, you got to go in there and make a choice.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes you're somewhat in the middle, but when you go in there and you make a choice and you know it was really good, you know that they went a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that it wasn't you, but it wasn't what sometimes they don't even know what they want. Sometimes when you're creating something, you go, oh yeah, that's not what and then you say, oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But sometimes it doesn't always, when you see the final product, you go, that's what they went with?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they went with?
Yeah.
And you know, I want to see the stuff that I really liked, and I go, blow me away.
Yeah.
All right, you didn't give me the job, but blow me away, man. Make
fucking believe.
me feel good about not getting that job.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, I see a lot of mediocrity,
yeah.
and that's what, you know, you got now. You get, you know, but that's when you see something like, you know, Once Upon a Time, you see those two performances, you go, those are guys that are setting the bar high, you know. They're setting the bar high, you know. Like I was in a good movie recently, Black Klansman, and that was a good movie.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I didn't have any expectations. And even the couple of scenes I did, I didn't think anything of it. But when I saw the scenes, I was like,
Dope. It's good.
It's dope.
Yeah.
You know, I said it popped. And sometimes it's better not having expectations. Sometimes it's better just doing the work and going, you know, when I was working with cool people, so you know, you never know there's potential when you work with somebody like Spike and, you know, you know these guys, you know, they got the potential of doing something special. But when you're in something that's good and you did something good, it feels good.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, you do a lot of shit. Sometimes you do good shit in a piece of shit. You know? And it's like it's not your fault, but you shined, but it wasn't like in something really good. You know, and you go, well, I did what I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wish the whole piece, you know, I wish the whole piece was better. You know?
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, but it's hard. It's even hard to do stuff that isn't that good. It's just as hard to do that stuff than the stuff that is really good.
Yeah.
So, you know, you never know what works, what doesn't work. Sometimes, you know.
You know it's crazy, and we both had this, where like you do a scene, the scene is so fucking good. You do the scene, and everybody on set's like, man, that was good, and then you wait 6-9 months, and then the film, TV series comes out, and you're sitting there watching, you go to everybody, go watch this scene. And they start playing the scene, and they cut it. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? And everybody's like, what'd you want us to watch? It was like, I literally killed this scene.
I know.
And they cut it.
Yeah, no, I had something in the winter.
Yo.
And it was a great scene. And a guy did a hatchet job.
Yeah.
And the producer and the director were like, pleading, telling me how sorry they were. And I said, who the fuck did this? Why? And all right, it didn't have a lot to do with the storyline, but it was like, you protect something that's good.
Yeah.
This show is so freaking dry. You needed something comedic.
Yeah.
And I guess the guy didn't fucking get it. And I'm like, well, why did you pay me that money? Why did you bring me there? For what? You know what I mean? If it wasn't just about the money, I knew it was good.
Yeah.
I know what's good and what's not good. I'm sorry. And I'm like, and then you do a hatchet job? Oh, that hurt. I've been lucky. Not too many hatchet jobs, but every now and then somebody comes in and destroys your work.
Oh,
and you go,
yeah,
that fucking stings because you understand what that is, and when it's not there, you go, what the fuck?
I literally had a scene in a movie. I'm not gonna say the movie.
Yeah.
But we filmed. This is a few years ago. We filmed in October, right, for 2 weeks, and then they go, hey, we need to add some more scenes. And this is only back this is only to the following February of that year, the next year.
Right.
You're like, hey, here's 8 pages of stuff. And I went through 8 pages and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like working hard on these 8 pages for like 2 weeks straight before we got to film. We go to film and literally I freaking put everything I have into this. I'm fucking being intimidating, but I'm being understanding. Like,
You're
so
working
much,
hard.
Yeah, so much is coming out.
Yeah.
And so I see the trailer for the movie and they're showing clips of it. I'm like, oh.
Are you in the trailer?
Yeah, I was like, oh, there you go, the trailer. Okay, then they show my scene. And then so then finally, they're like, oh, come to the premiere. I'm like, oh, I'm out of the country. I can't go to the premiere. But I'm like, I'm going to see the movie. So finally, after months, I go to the theater. I go to see a movie with my son, my wife. We're in the theater. It's limited release. We're watching. It doesn't come up. I'm like, huh.
Did they cut it?
They cut the entire thing. Everything we shot in February.
Did they say why? Did they say why?
I didn't even bother to reach out.
Was it like a storyline thing or whatever? But they used you in the trailer.
They used me in the trailer.
And you were cut out, 86th.
Well, you know what it is?
It happens, man.
They had a one action scene that I did, but they didn't have any context to the scene.
Right.
So it doesn't. So it just shows me being violent, and I'm like, there's a whole context of this scene,
right?
Of why all this is happening,
why it was happening.
Yeah. And the guy did something to me, and
that's why you're gonna have a good director that has enough power that can protect, or somebody that's gonna, not let the studio or the network, if it's television, it's a corporation. And those guys can destroy you. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
But again, you know what it is? I love streaming TV now.
Streaming?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because now we get so much. Because now with streaming.
Yeah.
We get to stretch out that story.
Right.
Movies, we got 2 hours max.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Streaming, we got 10 episodes to develop a character.
You binge watch? Do you do that?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The Boys. It's
called The Boys?
The Boys. It's about.
What is that about?
It's, superheroes.
Superheroes.
Yeah, I actually got a call back for that show.
How was that?
It was amazing. Callback was great. And
is that Netflix, Amazon?
Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
But prepping for the role, I had to read the graphic novel, and I became such a fan of the graphic novel that even when I didn't get the role, I still kept on reading the graphic novel. And when the TV show came out, I was like, oh, I gotta watch this. And it's freaking amazing, awesome.
Really good.
The writing was really good. Everything was really good. Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll call you again.
We'll see what's up. You know me. I'm and plus I never leave a bad taste in people's mouth.
Right. You have a good attitude.
Yeah.
Do you like to audition?
I can't say I like auditioning, man.
It's nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah, but you know what it is too?
Because it's like hit or miss.
Yeah.
It isn't really a true.
It
isn't a true spectrum of what you could do. You know what I mean? Because you could be on, you could be off. And like I say, then sometimes, you go in there and you blow people away and they fucking have an offer out to somebody. And you're like,
oh my God,
and that's my situation.
Yeah,
I'm like I'm a backup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, they offered it to somebody. And I'm like, well, how am I going to win?
Yeah.
How am I going to win that way? You know what I mean?
Plus now they teach people how to audition and then they book it and get to the job and they suck.
Yo, oh my God, yeah. No, I've had it.
They specifically teach you what to do in the room to get their attention.
when I first started, I was horrible at auditioning. Then I got better at auditioning. But then when it came time for being on set, I remember like the director would give me a note and I would take the note and implement it right away. But I've been with actresses and actors who did give a note and it fucks with their whole shit. They need an hour to regroup and everything. I'm like, yo, man, we gotta go.
Yeah. It's weird.
We don't want to be here all day.
Yeah.
Right, so let's go.
Like, I even talked to him about this. I said for auditioning, like, I can't remember lines.
Really?
I like for whatever reason, like memorizing lines for an audition doesn't work. But if I go to set, and like,
you get it right away, right?
Easy.
The thing about it that's great around now, I love this. These cameras.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, yo, you had to be fucking wealthy to have a camera. Now you got one. Everybody has one in their pocket.
Yeah.
So I be watching kids that do stuff on YouTube, and I'm just like, I'm blown away at how amazing things look. I'm like, yo, that's so cool that you have the opportunity to like you can create your own.
Yeah, guys have shot movies on an iPhone.
Yeah.
On an iPhone.
That's crazy.
Well, there's a quality. So like the iPhone has it at default quality, but there's like, you can raise the quality of your camera on here, and just the video files are just bigger.
That to me that's so amazing because like when we were kids, all you had was yourself. Yep. So like I love to see like all these kids on YouTube and everything like that. They make their own. Like I always at VidCon, and a lot of these guys, they got 12 million followers, and I'm like, wait a minute, 12 million followers and advertising and product sales. Motherfucker,
who has 12 million followers?
I got one of my boys.
These YouTube people?
Yeah, these kids are like in their early 20s.
That's what kills me about this shit.
What's that?
You know, because I'm a caveman.
Yeah.
I go around the whole country. Everybody fucking knows who I am. They want a piece of my ass. And I got 3 followers. You know what I mean? I don't mean 3, but I mean, in reality,
No,
I'm like,
I know.
you're fucking famous?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you famous for?
But the standards of fame are like completely
No, but
different.
it's stupid, man.
But that's the thing.
I've been acting for 30 fucking years.
Like that person has 12 million followers, but if you put them
Who is that person? I want to know that
but
person.
if you put them on like
I'm
Who's
going
that
to his house.
Give me those 12 million followers.
No, but if you
I'll take over the podcast world.
Yo, hold on. You know what's funny? This is
Come
like
on, Shad.
Hold on,
You be my fucking henchman.
This is funny. This is like when my dad,
This is a movie, me and Shad.
hold on,
Shad is my killer. Anybody I want to fucking eliminate, I go, that's it. Take it, Shad.
Hold on, this is funny because
It's a movie. It's a comedy.
Hold on. So my family. My family, we're kind of criminal element. All right.
I like that.
But
I'm
my dad-
attracted to the criminal element.
Exactly. Because
You
we New Yorkers,
understand?
yeah. But it's like my dad for years when we were younger, we always kept it on the down low. And then like somebody found my dad's record and they put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
And they put it on Wikipedia.
Right.
And so my dad was one of his boys, and he's like, "Oh Ben, I didn't know you used to work with Frank Lucas and Mickey Barnes and da da da." And he was like, "Whoa, who told you that?" He goes, "Oh, it's on your son's Wikipedia." He goes, "Oh, okay." And he leaves the meeting. He calls me. He goes, "Hey man, who's Wiki?" I go, "Oh, Daddy, it's a."
Wiki?
It's a thing on the internet. He goes, "Let's find this Wiki guy. He's running his mouth too much."
I like that. Let's find this Wiki
I was like,
guy.
"Daddy, we can't find Wiki." He goes, "We can find anybody, okay? we'll put the boots to him. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Daddy, he's not a person. He can't get got.
He's not real.
Yeah, he's like, he can get got. He can get got."
It's a
How big
million
is
people.
dad? Is he a big dude too or a little guy?
My dad is 6'2".
Oh, he's
but
big.
my dad's 6'2", but my mom was 6 foot. So
too tall.
Yeah, so
You have siblings?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I'm the biggest one, but my sister, she's 5'5", 5'6". My other sister's about 5'7" and 5'5", and then my little brother, he's about 6'2". Yeah.
You got a little brother?
Yeah.
What's he do?
Yo, man, he's a tech guy, and I don't know if I'm the idiot or he's the smart one because my little brother, the UFC wanted to sign him.
They
Because
did?
he
When?
has-
Recently?
Recently, he has like 4 years ago. He has one hitter quitter knockout power. Like literally, he can slip back, boom, just put you to sleep. Like
Really?
kicks, punches, everything. He's amazing.
How old is he?
He's like 25 right now, 26.
He's a kid.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to work. He's like, yo, man. He's like, Chad, I can fix this computer, and I'm good. He goes, I'm straight. He's like, I
Right.
smoke my weed, fix computers. All right, leave me alone.
What is he, in Brooklyn?
No, he's in Texas.
Texas?
Yeah, he moved to Texas.
And mom and dad are alive?
Yeah, my dad's alive. His mom's alive, but he doesn't want to do nothing. He's like, all I want. He goes, So me and my dad, we've always hustled. We've always deals, construction, everything we got to do. And he saw that and he was like, nah, I want to have peace of mind. And it's like, I don't know if I'm an idiot for not understanding that, but it's like, hey, he's happy.
Listen, give the guy, I mean, like, you know, he may have the gift, but maybe it's not in him.
It's not.
You can't force something on somebody if it's not them. Even if you want it for them, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But plus, I think, like, my mindset and his mindset are completely different. Me, I was parties, drinking, girls all day long. You know what I'm saying? When I was his age. Him, he has a girlfriend. He loves her. They settled.
Wow.
I'm like, I didn't fall in love until I was like late 20s.
You don't even know who you are till you're like 30.
But I think he knows who he is.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows who he is way more. Like, I have so many insecurities. That's why I work hard.
Me too.
Yeah. But he knows who he is. He knows what he needs.
I have a brother like that. He sounds like a bright guy.
Yeah.
Does he read?
Oh, yeah, he's smart.
Then
as
he's
hell.
smart.
Yeah.
See, dummies like me and you, we don't read. We don't read. I asked my brother one night, I said, how'd you get so smart? He goes, I read, Nick.
He's
Read,
like, reading.
Man. Yeah.
Man,
He goes,
you know what?
Try
I'm going
it.
to write that up. Look at that internet.
I'm so ADD, man.
Yeah.
If I read an article, that's a big deal. I start on a book and then I put it down.
No, you just read Twitter. And if Twitter says it, it means it's real to you. He goes, I read this thing.
I read this thing on Twitter.
He goes, I read this thing about that your back could get better if you just don't do anything. Where'd you read it? Twitter?
I Google it.
I'm like, it's all
I'm a big
bullshit.
Google guy. So how many years were you in the WWE?
I was with the company for 10 years.
10 years. And you were you were a star, right? You were a star there, right?
I was. I mean,
who was the biggest star? Dwayne The Rock?
DJ was a big deal. DJ's dad actually trained me.
Did he?
Yeah, Rocky Johnson actually trained me.
Right.
It was weird because I looked up to Rocky Johnson and I looked at The Rock.
Right.
And with his dad training me, you know, I understood the pitfalls of being a parent on the road. Because he tried to explain. He was like, man, I missed out on so many things in my son's life, and you know, I kind of watch how they interacted with each other, and they love each other.
Right.
But there's still an underline of somewhat, you know, I don't know if it's resentment because I don't know the full story, but I know that they both love each other. But I know that Rocky, Dwayne's dad, always said to me, he's like, I fucked up because of I fucked up by providing.
You talking about the Rock's dad?
Yeah, and it was
that he messed up.
Yeah, he was like I could have been a better dad. He was like that's one of the things that
he was a trainer.
No, he was an actual wrestler. He was
he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he was a wrestler, and he was one of the best like black wrestlers at the time. Yeah, and I remember he one of the things that he kind of told me all the time was like, if you ever have kids, put them before your career. And I was like, all right, because he told me all the things he fucked up on with his son.
Right.
And when I had my son, that was like I gotta go.
Right.
I was like, I can't. I was like, if it's between him and me having a belt around my waist and people cheering for me, I'd rather be at home with him.
There for your boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it's always been. Like even to this day, I've turned down negotiations. I've ended contract negotiations. I'm like, nah, I'm good. They're like, oh, we need you on the road this many days. I'm like, nope, I need to be home these. Like my son is my manager when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, is this cool with you? And he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, how long are you gonna be going? I'm like, I'll be going for even with movie and TV stuff. I'm like, I'll be I do a film in Georgia for 2 weeks. I was like, I'll be gone for 2 weeks. He goes, okay, that's cool. Can I come visit? I was like, yeah, I'll fly you out.
Why not?
And I was cool with him. You know what I mean?
It's like me and my boy. We're doing a lot of stuff now.
Hell
you know?
yeah.
We're doing this. We got something else. We wrote a script. I mean, he's doing his music. So we're doing a lot of shit together, and it's good, man.
You gotta put the kids first, man.
Yeah, you gotta put the kids first because I mean, that's what you live for anyway. You know what I mean?
You don't realize it until they come. I swear to, man, I tell people all the time, I've been blessed enough to be in front of thousands of people, have people cheer for me, do mostly just about everything I wanted with women that most guys would die for.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and the thing that changed my life was the moment my son was born, and I took my pinky and I put it in his palm, and he grabbed my finger, and that was the most life-changing thing ever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I give him credit for making me a better man, making me a better father, everything. Because you want to work harder because of them.
Yeah.
You know?
That is true, man. You know, I mean, I had a great relationship with my dad. He wasn't perfect, But to me, he was my idol.
Yeah.
But he was also my friend. I knew how to tickle him, and they don't make guys like him anymore. That was the original Nick.
Yeah.
And he was a wild dude, but I remember when I played basketball in the 5th grade, and my brother goes, "Go see him. He's little, but he's good." He walked in the gym. My heart was pounding. He had a presence, my dad. He was a fucking tough guy.
Yeah.
But they just don't make guys like him, man. It's just like he didn't meet him, so he don't know.
Yeah.
That fucking guy. Those guys, man. These people today, they can't even come near. In my book, you know what I mean? So I hope you hope your son feels that way about you too.
Yeah.
It's like hey, that's my, you know what I mean? You may battle, but deep down that hey, you're his idol.
Oh yeah. I told him all the time. My dad used to tell me, he was like,
my dad was in construction, but he's still my idol.
See,
still my idol.
Mine too.
Contractor. Yeah, contractor.
So
tough guy.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me all the time. He's like, yo, man, I'm your plateau. And I
Right.
was like, what are you talking about? He goes, I'm your platform.
But he was right about a lot of shit he said. My dad was like, don't rush it. I was a kid one time.
Yeah.
It goes like that. And I was like, I didn't know what he meant. Like I was 17. I'm like, now. I'm
Looking at it, right?
Yeah, looking at it now. 40 years later, I'm like, what the fuck happened? It's over. I'm 57. It's basically over.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's not over. I'm like, yeah, what do I get to look forward to? My balls hanging down here? You know what I mean? Or whatever. I'm like, I'm not looking to be an old, decrepit thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have quality. I got to go out with a bang.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not over. If we know.
I'm not saying it's over.
No, we know.
But I mean,
My dad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, my grandmother, she passed away, right?
Yeah.
So I go to New York. She was in Queens. We go to New York. I get an Airbnb. Me and my pops.
Yeah.
We go inside. We go to my grandma's funeral. We come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone with my son. He's like, hey, Dad, can you make sure Grandpa gets his Marco Polo stuff so he can Marco Polo directly?
Right.
I'm like, yeah. I say, yo, Papi, let me get your phone. My dad comes out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's like, give me his phone. I'm like, okay, I'm setting up his Marco Polo. And I'm setting up his Marco Polo. I say, hey, I got to access your photos. He goes, yeah. So I go to access my dad's photos. The first photo that comes up is my dad get out of the shower with a dick pic.
Oh, my God. That's a little much for me.
Hold up. And thankfully, I was like, hey. But I'm proud of my dad. I see where I get it from. No.
So blessed that way.
So you know when I go, yo, what are you doing to the dick? What you doing to me? He goes, oh, that's one of my girls. My dad is 66 years old.
See, I gotta blame somebody.
My dad is 66 years old.
And still hung.
He's still hung.
Wow.
He's still getting girls. He has like a few girls. Yeah.
He's sexy.
He's like, yo, man.
These old dudes
I'm
are sexy.
not done living. He goes, yo, I'm not done living. He goes, I got a girlfriend over here. I got a girlfriend over there. He goes, I got this one that cooks for me. I'm like, but you 67.
Man.
He goes,
So what?
I ain't dead yet.
Right.
It's not over. I got more to do.
That's right.
He's making he just did a deal negotiation in Syracuse, New York for 5 buildings. At 67 years old, he's still doing contracts and getting guys work.
Wow.
And they're like, yo, Ben, slow down. He's like, nah, I ain't got time
Ben,
to slow
that's
down.
his name?
Yeah.
Good name.
He's like, I ain't got time to slow down. They're like,
Right.
why? He's like, because my life is about living.
Right.
He's like, I might die tomorrow.
Right.
But guess what? I'm gonna die living.
I'm gonna die living.
I'm gonna die living.
That's what I gotta do. You gotta help me
Yeah.
get in better shape. You gotta help me get healthy. Should I get on the testosterone? What do you think?
Nah.
Should I get on the HGH? What do you think?
Just stop eating so bad. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but what else do you recommend for me, man? I gotta lose some weight, but I gotta get healthy.
You've never been skinnier in your life, man.
I was born skinny.
You've been
Is
fat.
that actually, this is the
But I
best shape
wanted
you've
to
ever
be-
had.
Yeah.
You've been in
I
this
lost a few pounds.
Yeah, it's because I
I was
remember you a little bit
sick.
thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, just on a day-to-day, if you ain't doing something that you enjoy,
Yeah.
you ain't living life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right, you're right.
The thing that people don't understand about
Yeah.
dieting, about eating healthy is that dieting and eating healthy
Yeah.
goes hand in hand with you living a life to where
Right.
you enjoy doing things.
Right.
The other day, my wife had to call, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting in the house for like an hour, and I'm like, wait a minute, the gym is about, let me see my navigation. It's a 20-minute walk to the gym. It's a 10-minute drive. You know what? I'm gonna walk in. I put my headphones in. I start walking to the gym, and I'm just listening to old songs I haven't listened to in years.
Yeah.
I'm listening to old Bob Marley. I'm listening to old
been
down
getting that
south
too.
Yeah, and you know what I said? I walked right past the gym. I was like, yo, I'm going to the beach. I'm on the beach. I just started running. I started enjoying myself.
You know,
And
I
was like,
hear
yo,
these
fuck
songs,
that.
man. It just brings me back to my childhood.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Sometimes I start crying and
Yeah.
shit. Like I played this one I had the other day, man, and it was so good, man. Let me see if I can pull it up. so beautiful, man. I was playing it. I was trying to play it for people, and they just don't get it. You know,
That's because they don't live it.
They don't
live it.
Yeah,
they didn't live the song.
And they're not even listening. The other day, I'm trying to play it for my wife and her friend, and they start blabbing. I'm like, shh,
give me a second.
Give me a second. Just listen to the fucking song. You know, I'm like, this is emotion. I'm looking at my. You know, I was getting like nostalgic and shit like that. And I was like, but they just don't get it, man. They don't understand. Why is he crying? I'm not crying because of you. Herb Albert, check this out. This is great.
Yeah.
It's romantic, man. Check this out. If you can't appreciate this shit, you got no suave, no style. Say this guy's in love with you. Oh, this is beautiful. Yes, I'm in love. Not with you, Chad.
Get the tissues.
It's okay.
Way I do, you smile. Oh, I love this. Makes me want to cry.
Then fucking cry, man.
I cry, don't worry.
There's no way I cry.
Listen to this part. We just hit this. I show you. Remember this?
Yeah.
No. I heard sometimes. I love this. I think I'm fine.
Isn't that the best thing about life,
man, I love it, man.
But see, that's life, man.
But that's what I mean. Like, it brings me back to my life. Like, today it's gone to shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived, I lived through my son and his friends and stuff. But I mean, like, that's what you have, the memory of things.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why, like, you can't lose those memories.
Nah.
Because that's what your life becomes, a memory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, at least you have it. And when you hear something that triggers something in you.
Yeah.
You know, like he's playing Bobby Brown in the car. I was like, I was at my Buick Riviera, my black with my velour. You don't even know what I was doing in that car. I was like, I was a doctor in that car with that Riviera. Now I'm driving a fucking old Edge or whatever. Like, I gotta
driving a hybrid.
Yeah, I gotta get something for me.
Yeah.
So tell us about this. You got a project that you've been developing. It's about behind the scenes of the wrestling world.
Oh, yeah.
Where you at with this thing?
I got a couple of projects. Actually, I just optioned my project Assassin and Son, my graphic novel, to Scout Comics with Jeremy Renner's company. I just wrote a cartoon TV series called Fluff You. It's about a little girl and her bunny that have to stop an alien invasion.
But the wrestling project?
Wrestling project, Pinfall.
Pinfall, yeah.
We're actually sending it out to everybody right now, man. I got a lot of guys. You were interested in it, a couple of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's about the backstage world of pro wrestling, all the things that happen behind the scenes. And everything comes from something that really happened.
Right.
You know, like...
And you would be in it too, right?
No. I'm not gonna start.
You would just produce it?
I'm just going to produce it and write it. That's it, yeah.
And write it.
But all my friends I've had guys who came up with me in the company and guys who are older than me.
Right.
And they read it and they start crying because you know this as well as anybody. The life that we live in the screen, it's so glamorous.
Right.
But I tell people all the time, there's a guy that works at McDonald's who makes more than I'd make every week. On a weekly basis, there's a guy at McDonald's that makes more than what I make on a weekly basis.
Right.
But my life is filled with these fucking spikes of fucking wealth because of who I am and what I do. But those spikes slow down. Right. Those spikes speed up. It's a fucking mind fuck.
Yeah.
And
what about all the in between? Not just the highs, but the
lows. That's one. And saying that's the thing. So, so we're showing away from the camera, even though in front of the camera we might be happy. The in betweens behind the lows, man. Those lows are some things that drama is built off. Right. You know, like you have a wife. You don't know. You're on the road as a wrestler. You're on the road for a minimum 250 days.
And the show is centered around like how many wrestlers?
About 7. It's centered around 5 wrestlers and 3 backstage, what's called personalities, from the owner to the head of talent, stuff like that, to the writers.
It'd be like an hour show.
Yeah.
Funny too.
It's funny as shit, but it also, you know how it is.
But it could also be sad.
Yeah.
Right.
It has moments of levity, with humor. So it's like, yeah, this part's sad, this part's funny. And then it's the human condition. Right. You know, watching somebody have to do it. Like, well, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? When you were younger, just to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know, like, guys look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, bro, I worked at Paramount, okay, as an assistant to one of my friends, and I got them coffee while I was a WWE superstar.
Okay.
So I had an income of $500,000 a year, yet every time I got off the road, I was at Paramount fetching somebody coffee because I asked to be put in that position.
Right.
Because I wanted to learn the business from backstage.
Have you pitched it?
We've been pitching it. We just started pitching it this year.
Who are you pitching it with?
Right now, my management. Yeah. So it's my manager, Greg. So it's One Entertainment. Is pitching it right now for me. Yeah.
But I mean, you haven't physically like went into a room and did a pitch?
We did a few years ago, and when it was in its infancy, and it had to get set up better.
Yeah.
We pitched to the wrong person.
Right.
And it was like...
You need the right guy to go in the room with you to articulate.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful, like I'm finding this out, like letting people read it, because a lot of times they may not get it. And then, you know, they might like the pitch, but then like, oh, I don't get the script. So like sometimes you have to almost protect the script and go,
yeah,
let me pitch it to you.
Yeah.
And we'll pitch it to you. We'll pitch you the world.
Yeah.
And if you like that, then maybe you can read it.
Yeah.
You know? And because the reality, if they buy it, they may change it anyway. You know?
We know what it was. I get a lot of...
I like the sound of it.
Yeah. I get a lot of people like, oh, it's like Glow. And I'm like, no, Glow's about the condition of women and how we treat them in that time era. This is kind of timeless. And in this world, it's a very unique world because pro wrestling is a carnival thing that is in a business world, but still guides itself by carnival rules.
It's almost like a circus, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
when you say carnival, that's a good word.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what separates it different from, I think, maybe other shows that deal with sports.
Yeah.
But your world, you're right, because what is real and what is not real with these guys.
Yeah.
And then giant men that could be very vulnerable too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and they play this character, but they're not that guy.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm the Undertaker, but you're not really the Undertaker.
Yeah. The guy, Mark Calloway is a great guy.
Yeah.
And how we got started in
Right.
pro wrestling is crazy.
What was your image? What was Shad? Were you like a bad guy?
You know what it was?
Funny guy?
In the beginning, I was in the beginning when I first started wrestling, they automatically made me a bad guy because I was big and tough and I had the fight record.
Right.
And then as I started coming in to WWE for my personality, I became more of the big funny guy, but that could still beat your ass. And so I loved playing that role more.
Right.
And then when I became the tough guy, I didn't see the value in it because it was like they started writing for me in a one-dimensional way.
Yeah, then you had nowhere to go.
Yeah, because it's like,
Right.
okay, I'm big and tough, but then what happens if I lose?
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? Personality sells,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I wish you good luck with it, man. I think I think it's a good world. I just think you got to find the right people
Yeah,
that get your vision and somebody that can go in the rooms with you that has some weight.
yeah,
You know, I mean, I know you know a few people, but somebody has to step up and help you.
yeah, yeah.
You know, because it sounds like it's a good project. It's just that, you know, you've been seeking people, but I hope you can get to at least the first base and get a shot.
Well, right now we just got a showrunner attached with Mark Blutman. He did Boy Meets World, stuff
Okay.
like that. So that was a really good step up. We're trying to get some more guys brought on.
Would he be
actors.
a good showrunner for you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mark, I've already written the first 10 episodes
Who
already.
would play you?
No. My character. I'm actually. You know what's funny? It's like I'm actually not in it at all.
Oh, okay.
But it's like when you like people who know the business when they read the show.
Yeah.
They're like, this is so layered and so interesting. I want to find out who these guys because I don't use people's real names.
Have you done a table read? We just did one like for fun.
Yeah.
And it was great because you hear it and you go and you can make notes and things. That'd be a good idea to do. If you ever want to do one, just let me know. Maybe
We're definitely trying to look forward to doing one. Yeah.
Maybe we should do one.
Yeah.
And this way you could see what kind of works at the table, what doesn't, and
Yeah.
what could be better. It's good to hear it. And I mean with actors.
yeah.
Think about doing that. I mean,
We were actually considering doing one earlier. One of the things that came up was that
how come?
a couple of studios were like very interested in it. And
Get P to somebody. You know, maybe you could do a table read somewhere.
you know what?
Suggest it.
If we ever had a chance, the person I would love to direct the pilot would be Peter Berg.
Okay. Would he
And
do it?
Pete likes it. His company was
Would
like,
he do it?
I think he would.
All right.
I think he would. Yeah, I know he would. Yeah. Plus, you know what? It meets the
Pete's
criteria.
an interesting guy.
It meets the criteria for Pete. It's in town. It's very layered. And he loves that kind of stuff where it's like, oh, no,
I knew Pete as an actor.
Really?
So he was doing Chicago Hope. I was doing NYPD. You know, and then he became this big director. And I saw him at the gym. He was like, "Oh, you're an actor, Nick." I'm like, "Pete, I know you as an actor." I'd love to get him on this. Maybe you could talk to him.
I see. You know what's funny? I fucked with him all the time, and I was like, "Terry," and he everybody looked around, and I was like, "Terry, Irish Terry Conklin," and he was like, "Shut the fuck up," because nobody remembers.
Funny bastard.
From the Great White Hype.
Yeah,
I was like, I loved it.
He was a good actor.
Yeah.
Pete. He was a good actor. You know, he did some good shit. He was in Copland. I was almost in Copland.
Oh yeah,
he did this movie with what's her name? I forget the name of it. She used to be like a hot actress. He was in a bunch of things.
Yeah.
You know, I always liked him because he was quirky.
Very quirky.
He was like kind of a quirky guy.
You know what? He's a very relatable kind of guy.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. He was obviously a bright guy, and he's teamed up with Wahlberg. I mean, that's pretty big.
Those two are just they're
savage.
Like last 5 movies.
Wow. Yeah.
Peter Berg, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I know. He stopped me on the street one day, Mark, and he was like, "Whoa." He was like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm having lunch." He goes, "I mean, what are you doing now?" I was like, "Well," I go, "I want to pitch you something." He goes, "Yeah."
You know, it's funny. His
it's a good company, man.
A couple of my friends actually said
I'm talking about his. I'm talking to his reality company about doing a doc on this old Yankee.
No.
Well, whatever.
Keep it a buck.
Thank you.
Just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell him off camera.
Yeah. It's not official or nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Just
got to keep these things on the down low.
Keep it on the down low.
Less announcements.
Less
more
announcements. Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm a fan. You know, I like Wahlberg. I like Mark.
Yeah.
And I like Pete too.
Wahlberg's the man, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was fun, man. Well, thanks for coming on, baby.
Nah, man, I always love coming on.
You killed it, man. You killed it.
Man.
Shad brought it.
Honestly, I love the show, man. I watched a couple. My boy
did?
Russell on here.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. I was like, I definitely gotta step up and come in too. You know what I'm saying?
And anybody, you wanna tell them to come in, and anybody interesting. You know?
Heck yeah, no worries. No,
Can't be boring people here.
No, we're not boring people.
I mean?
That's it. Always.
All right, man.
You guys.